Hassle in the Castle.
Do you like that title?
I like that title.
Hello everyone, my name is Ghabulous Fish.
And I'm Catatouille101.
And welcome back to the Scooby Doo Where Are You discussion series. So we just finished watching, it was the third episode made, but the second episode aired, Hassle in the Castle.
It's so confusing how they do that.
A lot of shows do stuff like that, though.
Yeah.
So oddly enough, this is the first episode now that uses the generic title card. The first two ones we did had unique title cards. From here on out, the series just uses a generic one of them all running with, like, ghost images behind them.
I don't remember what the first two looked like.
There was, like, the knight coming out of, like, the box and, like, the divers kind of standing there.
Right.
So, this episode is, I guess the Scooby Doo gang was renting a boat or something, and it got really foggy out. And they crashed up on the shore of an island that has just a fucking castle on it.
Yeah.
That was apparently used by a pirate in the 1600s as a hideout. To take this for granted, it's all Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
They start exploring the castle because they're bored, I guess, and they're stuck there. They just start walking around the castle and they start seeing, like, this sheet ghost everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's just called the Phantom, which this thing terrified me as a kid.
I could see why.
It was just, like, it's so much more menacing than a lot of the other monsters in the show. He was more aggressive. He was, like, going after them a lot.
He was. Yeah, that's true.
So, right away, what were your thoughts on this episode?
I noticed that the characters were, like, interacting more with each other instead of just talking at each other in this episode. Yes,
the way they play off each other feels a lot better as the show goes on.
Yeah, like, they I don't know, they're actually having conversations, and
they
like,
are.
Like, their personalities are kind of shining through now.
This was more like the diver episode in the sense that, like, they met the ghost pretty quickly.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, you even see the ghost in the first scene. The first shot is him looking out of a window, which even that alone scared me a lot as a kid.
Oh, no.
One thing I've noticed out of this episode right away is, like, I thought the humor in this episode is a lot better than the first two.
Yeah.
Like, I love the scene of, like, Scooby, like, trying to get the map, and there's, like, a crab under it.
Oh, the crab, yeah.
It was like pinching at him or whatever.
I love crabs.
Like, when they're, like, in the castle and, like, the sandwich floats down and then the mustard floats down.
Like, I was just like, this is a very helpful ghost.
And Shaggy's like, oh, if only my imagination could cut the sandwich in half. And then, like, when he's running, he, like, grabs the sandwich as he leaves.
Oh, yeah.
He, like, it's, like, little touches like that. Like, he could have just ran away. It was the fact that he has to, like, turn and grab the sandwich first.
Yeah. No, I appreciated that about this episode.
Speaking of which, they never really explained how the sandwich was floating.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean, I guess it could have been, like, wires or something, but this episode
maybe
feels a lot different than the others, and, like, this one really blurred the line between, like, supernatural and reality. Mm-hmm. Like, there was, like, a flying carpet in this one.
Yeah.
And that's, like, there's a scene where, like they're cutting the box with, like, Shaggy hand in half, and I know that's a real magic trick, but then the top half, they have, like, a dummy Shaggy hand. It's like, when did the ghost make this?
Yeah, like, when did he have time to make his Shaggy head?
So, like, I feel like this episode is, like, this really tests your, like, suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
This one especially feels like a lot more cartoon than the other ones. I feel like most episodes of the show are a little more grounded in their own reality. This one always felt like a stretch to me as a kid. That said, I do really like the set piece in this episode a lot. Mm-hmm. I love, like, the interior shots of the mansion or the castle. You really see, like, where Night of Fries took inspiration there.
Yeah. I noticed that there were no suspects to go off of. Like, a lot of them, they show up and there's, like, a mysterious guy who, like, knows a little too much.
Oh, even saying in the scuba diver one, there was, like, multiple suspects. You weren't even sure who it was.
Yeah, but there was nobody in this one, so I was convinced it was a hologram.
I mean, that always kind of bothered me, too, that, like, at the end when they finally catch the ghost, there's like, oh, he's this magician who's wanted in a few other states. It's like, okay, that we've literally never heard of till this moment.
Yeah.
And it just feels like that's kind of feels like a cop-out. Like, we weren't established like, no characters were brought up in this episode.
Yeah, that felt a little,
like, cheap almost.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because, like, outside of that, I thought, like, the comedy of this one was really good. The set pieces were really good. Like, I think this episode could have been one of the better ones, but just the fact that, like, the mystery isn't really solvable feels kind of cheap.
Yeah, I didn't really like the mystery itself, but, like, I had fun with the characters.
Yeah, I mean, I will give them credit for, like, you could tell it was going to be a magician because there's, like, when they go into the basement, there's, like, the magic handle, the other, like, classic magician tricks.
Yeah.
But it's, like, the fact that you don't know any of the characters feels kind of dumb. Mm-hmm. And, like, his explanation for, like, how the ghosts are going through walls or whatever, it's like a projector he has. And it's like, I can believe that, but then it's like, what's powering the projector out on this island in the middle of nowhere? It's not, does he have just a bunch of batteries with him, I guess?
I don't know.
Overall, I want to call this a bad episode. I feel like this could have been one of the best ones in the show, but just the mystery itself feeling a little not finished compared to the other ones, I think knocks it down a bit.
Yeah, like it was kind of forgettable. Other than like feeling like the characters were characters for the first time, but I feel like I'll forget about this one because I heard that the show gets better as it goes on.
I feel like this one had the strongest strengths. Like, compared to the first two, the strengths are stronger. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the weaknesses were also stronger, too, and that's a shame.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, one thing before we go. I love the elaborate, like, trap Fred set up. Kind of like the one in the Diver episode. How just, like, this convoluted, over-the-top, like... But anyway. So, anyway, what do you rate this episode?
I would rate this one, like, a 6 out of 10.
Oh, really? I'd give this one a 7.
Yeah? Oh, for once, I'm rating it lower than you.
Well, it's just that, like, I like the scenery. I thought was really creative in this one. Mm-hmm. Like, that alone, 6 out of 10. Like I said before, I really like the design. I know it's a sheet ghost, like a bed sheet ghost, but, like, I just really like the way it's presented. How, like, it's, like, semi-transparent. It, like, goes through walls. I feel like that's a very intriguing setup. Mm-hmm. I feel like this one had potential to be better than a 7, though.
Yeah,
because I feel like it had all the blocks in the right place, except they forgot suspects.
Yeah, they just needed a little... Yeah, the suspects alone, I think, would have made better foreshadowing.
Yeah, but as a whole, it was still a decent one, still fun to watch. But and that'll probably be the end of this discussion. Like I said before, these are probably going to be more like 5 minutes as we keep going on, because they're only 20-minute episodes. We don't have that much to say about everyone. Just the beginning few, we had a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Because we were establishing the show and everything. So thank you all very much for watching. It's been Fabulous Fish.
And Catatouille 101.
And join us next time as we go over the next episode in the series. See you there.
Bye-bye.